Okay, we are ready.
Can you do a scan of Kaylah's body to see if there is anything that she needs at the moment?
Yes. It's weird, I'm like seeing like a link. Something linking. That's not good.
To us? From me to you?
No.
Where is it coming from or attached to?
I'm seeing like a tether, but I'm trying to like follow it back. I think it's like a past life associated with doubt.
Are you seeing more details now?
Not necessarily. The cord is like white, thick cord, like the tether to this, and I'm like following it back. And then I just see like when I get to it, it's like this bubble with like this image of this like town or city, but I'm not seeing any like details. I'm just seeing like past life.
Can those details get more crisp? And can it lead you to the source of that doubt now?
They're saying it is not necessary. We are just highlighting a link that you should be aware of at this time.
Why is it important to see that link?
Excavating the old in order to create a new.
Is that what's happening now? Or what needs to happen?
Yes, there is a process of dredging up old, emotionally charged experiences and memories in order to fully release those and to be able to step into a new frequency. These past experiences and energies keep one in the same pattern that is recognized over time. Feels as though you are stuck and stagnant and not quite sure how to move forward. And this is usually due to links to these past memories and experiences. Ones in which are begging you to, we will say, look at them for what they are and be able to leave them and move forward with a new vibration and understanding.
I thought Kaylah had worked through much of her doubt and fear.
Yes, but there are layers and layers of different experiences coming to the surface. This is not a strong feeling of doubt, but one that has a vibratory pulse that keeps one stuck in, anchored in place.
And so can you help her clear that now?
Yes.
How long will this take?
Not long.
So it will not need days to process?
No, it will be done within an hour.
And is there anything else that she needs at this time?
More grounded energy would be helpful.
Can you help her with that now?
Yes. That is complete.
And is there anything else she needs?
Not at this time.
Can you do a scan of my body, an energy field, and see if there is anything that I need?
Yes. They're highlighting the back of your head.
And what is going on in this area?
It just looks like a dense black cloud, kind of just hovering.
And what is this? Where does it come from?
This is accumulated debris from energy work and clearing, as well as interactions and interceptions with other people, beings, energies, etc. This is the feeling of not being able to shake whatever it is that happened yesterday, as this is an accumulation of energy, one in which you process the most through your headspace. And so it is easy for energy to get stuck and lodged here and have difficulty clearing.
Why am I having difficulty clearing? Because I do notice that when I go to push it through my field to remove it, it gets stuck in this area and I cannot push it past that barrier.
This is an open spot. We will not necessarily call it a weak point per se. However, this is a massive energy. It's kind of like I see like a net, like almost like a field that things get processed in and out of. But it's like when you're washing, like those fine mesh strainers, and like stuff gets stuck there. And it's like that. It's so fine, but it's not necessarily like in your field, but it's like clogged there.
And so what can I do to make that smoother whenever I am clearing things from my field so that they don't get stuck? Because I could not figure out a way to do that yesterday.
Almost seem like, it sounds kind of weird, but like an explosion outward. Like I just keep seeing like this golden, like thick energy. It's almost like you create it internally and then you like push it really hard outwards. I don't know, I just keep seeing it going out, if that makes sense.
It does. So is that clear now at this time?
Yes.
And is there anything else that needs to be cleared in this spot, or did I take care of the rest of it?
It is taken care of.
And is there anything else within my body that needs attention at this time?
No, not at this time.
What about the heart center? Is it clear?
This is going to take time to acclimate and understand, as like Kaylah, there are many layers in which you are diving into and peeling back like an onion. And so more information and understanding will come in time with the heart center. But continuing to find a sense of stability and grounding would be helpful in order to bring that understanding forward.
Okay, so we are clear to continue?
Yes.
We didn't really have a set plan of what we wanted to speak on today. Is there something in particular that would be important for us to dive into today?
Set plans are not always necessary, as you have found through the passing times. There is much going on in your energetic field, as well as, we will say, upgrades and understandings. And thus we wanted to carve out some time in order to fully go into detail about these changes that you are experiencing and help you understand on a more deeper level of the things that are about to come.
So what do we need to begin to understand first?
First, it is important to understand that your energetic fields are not like those that you come in contact with most days. However, you will be coming in contact with more dynamic and structurally different energy fields in the future. We will say the more coming future, as you have understood through many QHHTs and other energetic experiences. This is because you have been going through upgrades and different understandings within your own energetic field, which is like a magnet attracting these different and more dynamic fields. And thus your work will take shape in this area, helping others to understand their energetic differences. And what is interesting is that these people feel quite lost in the world in which you are in, because much of the rhetoric and understanding is for the typical, quote unquote, we will say, human being. And thus these people feel very lost. They are clogged up, so to say, with energy in which they do not know how to clear and how to deal with. They have many different type of energetic experiences that are intense and not the norm. Ones in which are laden with shame and embarrassment, as there is a, we will say, societal norm that is not acceptable. These people are, we will say, hiding in the shadows with their experiences and feeling quite lost. And thus the new shift and wave of people that will be coming to you, not only for channeling, but energetic, we will say, activations and clearings, will become evident. And you will come across things in which you have never seen. And it is not something to be frightened by or feel that you have no path forward in order to help these people, however you do. And it is a matter of clearing the mind and accessing the information in which you need in order to help them. And that will come. And so this is a message to trust yourself and the understandings that are coming online.
Do you mean things like entities or new beings that we have not come across before, or something else?
It is a mix of all of the above. Different experiences with different timelines, different attachments and entities, and different experiences overall. How people process information in general.
And what is important about these people now? What do they need most? What can we assist them with?
Most importantly is understanding. These people need a place to land, as they have not found that currently in their space and time. And these experiences are cultivated and needed within their energetic experience in order to push them to the right people, because they are meant to do much more. Many are meant to channel or work in the healing areas or work with the earth in ways in which have not been done before. And thus they need the experiences of people who are, quote unquote, the norm in order to understand that they are different on another level, but not necessarily as an outcast, but as a way of moving forward. And many of these individuals feel much sorrow and shame and difficulty, and they have energetic buildup of material and debris within their field that is not allowing them to access their abilities and understandings about the world around them and how they work in that world, and thus coming to you for assistance, understanding, and help. We will say that the energy of feeling understood and validated in one's experiences helps to clear energy immensely, as they have not had that before. And you both will understand that you have had this as well. And you will see that the relationships that you have had within your lives, when you feel seen and heard, it is like all of the things kind of disappear, and you feel lighter and more guided on your path forward to find light and happiness and embrace who you are.
And so what do we need to do or look for moving forward? What can we do to best assist people that come our way?
Well, one, we will say to keep embracing your path forward, and the more you are taking your individual path more seriously and understanding yourself, you will see that many individuals will be coming into your field in a natural and easy way. And so the first step is continuing on your path and not necessarily focusing on too much about what you are doing, who you are attracting, and how you will help them moving forward. This is how you get caught up in the mind and how you get lost in the never-ending tailspin of what you need to do next. So focusing on yourself will help to allow these downloads of understanding and energy to come in.
So is there anything else about that is important?
Yes, the individuals coming to you, you will feel, we will say, a little overwhelmed by what you are being, we will say, introduced to. However, like you have found, with time, you adjust and acclimate and find the information which you need. And thus we will say, channeling in your own right is important in the work that you are doing. And so staying as clear as possible in that moment and not allowing the thought debris to get kicked up, so to speak, will be helpful.
That makes sense. Is there anything else you want to speak with us today? That you mentioned you had things you wanted to speak with us about?
There are relationships within your field that are playing out dramas in which you are understanding on a deeper level at this point in time. And you are feeling more at peace and, we will say, energized by these understandings. You see them clearly. And we want to say that this is a good blueprint to follow for any other dramas in which you will come in contact with in the future. Taking time to understand that there is a lesson here, even though we know that you on some level understand this, but still get caught up in the emotional turmoil, we will say, that comes with it. And so continuing to rest in the feeling that comes from these dramas after the fact, after you have found the understanding, this new feeling, take that into the future experiences in which you have. Use this as a resting point for contemplation to allow new understandings to come to the surface. We want to stress that the creating of a new feeling, creating of a new energetic pattern is important moving forward, as you are the creator of your reality. And thus, the more you create a vibrational state that you wish to be in, the more you will see that.
And why is this so important for us now?
In the coming times, and especially in the times that you are in currently, there is a pull to be dragged into the, we will say, societal dramas and collective sorrow and upheaval. And this is by design. And we would like to stress that you can create the life in which you want to live, as you are the creator of your reality. And many are getting caught up in past feelings and emotions and understandings that they have experienced, and thus creating more of that. Not necessarily processing it fully and being able to move on to a pattern of indifference and acceptance, but rather they are repeating the same heavy emotions over and over, and thus creating experiences and dramas in their life that are repeating until they finally learn to move into this new feeling and understanding. And so it is important to create the feeling in which you would like to live in and move forward in that. And it is easy to choose time and time again, if you have fallen off, simply choose to step into that feeling once more. And we understand that getting out of that energy can be difficult, and so moving that energy in order to then step into a new vibrational pattern can be helpful. But right now, collectively, it feels a bit heavy. Although there are people who are coming to the surface with a new fire for innovation and new ways of being. And these individuals will be the, we will say, bridge to what is needed.
And so is there anything else about that you want to speak on?
Not at this time.
Is there another topic of interest that you would like to speak on today?
We would like to talk about and process the emotion of sorrow for both of you, as it is a strong emotion from past lives and sometimes current day, depending upon the relationships in which trigger this sorrow.
And what about it is important for us today?
Hold on. I think someone like dive off a diving board. I'm like, oh no, what does that mean?
Oh, no.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna try to not block it and just
let it go.
I know. I feel like there's like words trying to come and I don't know why I'm like hesitant.
Is this message for Kaylah or for myself?
It is for both. I feel like I'm like tiptoeing into it and nervous. I don't know why.
They're like, just jump.
It feels a little bit different today, like it's not as strong as it was on Tuesday.
What, the sorrow?
No, the just connection in general. Okay, so I can clear this. So I like open the door again and they're standing there and I'm standing there like looking at them and they're looking at me and I'm like, and they're like, are you ready? I said, okay, yes. And then they go, okay, so, and then like, you're not opening your mouth. Oh my God.
Should have been a participation card today.
Dude, something. Maybe it's just very profound and I'm just like, just
rip that band-aid off, dude. It's okay, it's for both of us, so we both get to deal with it.
We'll just clip this whole middle period. Why am I struggling with this?
Don't worry, my heart feels it too. I'm like, oh boy. Here we go.
There is a difficulty in tiptoeing into the realm of sorrow and heavy emotions. As you will notice when you get these cards, you feel an instant, we will say, jolt of fear, energy, and panic about what this means for you. And we know that you have been going through a difficult time dealing with all that has been coming to the surface. However, we want to make it clear that this is a predetermined outcome, one in which you have signed up for in order to process and understand in order to move forward. And this deep sorrow and longing for a life in which you wish to have is poignant and a bit painful, because there is an essence of loss tied into this, and there is loss in everything that you do, understanding that there is a duality and spectrum to it all. However, it is important that you know that just like the loss you feel, you will feel a gaining of energy on the other end, and it is not forever. There is a feeling of plunging to the depths of despair with sorrow and feeling that you will never quite get out of it.
And how does this pertain to both of us? Which aspects?
Well, I've seen me to start. It just felt like over and over throughout my life, I haven't been able to win at anything.
Mm-hmm.
And they're highlighting me in the car after I had left living with my mom. And she wanted like nothing to do with me. And I was trying to like finally make a decision for myself in my own life. And once again felt like abandoned. And it almost felt as though like my dad was happy. Not because I was there, but because he was getting back at her. And I'm seeing like myself in the car and thinking about like just driving off the road. Because I don't feel at home in any place. I feel like alone. I think like maybe the world won't really miss me that much, you know? If my mom can push me away that easily and my dad just really doesn't care. Just wants to get back at her. I don't know why that's important, but...
Can they begin to highlight the importance of why that's showing up now?
Many are having these same experiences. Ones in which they don't quite feel accepted or at home in where they are. Ones in which are caught up in the dramas of other people's difficulties and inabilities to move past their own work, move past their own issues. And thus they are the result of this is the people around them having difficulty.
And is this also coming up for Kaylah? Or are you just using that to highlight that which is going on collectively for many?
It is for both. One in which needs to be processed is it still has a lot of emotional turbulence and frequency around it, as it plays a big role in the work in which you both are moving into. And this deeper understanding is necessary.
So can you help her with that now?
Yes.
And is there anything she needs to do or can do to assist with this clearing of emotional debris and turbulence to this aspect?
Finding an emotional, you would say, safe place, a home in which to call your own when you are dealing with these strong energies can be helpful. One in which feels safe and connected, and inviting in anything in which you may need, whether that be support or different energy or comfort items, can be helpful. And these energetic experiences are replaying for many people at this time. It is drudging up this old feeling and placing it into your reality currently. And you may be feeling moments of sorrow and deep longing for something that you cannot quite put your finger on. And it is important to find this safe internal place in order to go and process and understand that these experiences, although difficult, are necessary.
And is there an aspect for myself that is coming in with the sorrow?
Yes. we want to highlight your childhood patterns as well, as there is much sorrow and difficulty in this space and time as well. Ones in which you find coming into the current day and relating with other people. The feelings of not quite being met, not quite being understood, and feeling as though you are running on E, trying to provide for everyone around you and not quite getting that back in return. And there is this feeling of difficulty in being able to understand and see all of the intricacies of others, and feeling as though you are not quite met there from others as well. And there is a deep loneliness and longing for that being recognized and accepted within your reality. These experiences paint a larger picture of feeling not quite, we will say, at home within the spaces in which you have resided, in the family structure in which you were born into.
And so what is needed at this time to assist with this? Because I cannot change the past nor the structures that exist now.
These experiences play as a deeper understanding of others, not necessarily to push that aside and to become overly understanding of one, that it detracts you from your own understanding of self, or even putting boundaries in place in order to deal with those things. But it helps to understand on a deeper level the collective and this disconnect from the origin structures in which they came from.
And so, knowing that,
I knew that was going to be rough.
right? What is needed, or what would be beneficial to assist with this?
Energetic recalibration would be very helpful and necessary in moving forward. One in which does not necessarily negate any of your experiences in which you have had, but rather helps to rewire and reformulate these energies for usage rather than, we will say, detracting from your path forward.
How would I go about doing that? Because I'm still not quite sure how all of that fits.
I feel like it's like a faucet. Like I just turned it off. I can see how it puts it together. I can see kind of what they're getting at. I'm not allowing to come through just yet because I'm tired.
We'll ask them for a boost of energy. They always know heavy emotion shuts it down.
I know. I think that's why I was like teeter-tottering on letting it come through or not. But the emotional, the frequencies of the two feel very similar, although I didn't feel yours as intensely as I felt mine. But I kept seeing you really alone, which made me sad.
Yeah, that was my entire life.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
then I didn't even have my own people. Never were there. It was complete emptiness.
Yeah.
Even into my 20s.
I think that's what they're kind of getting at. Because I felt that way too growing up. Okay. Struggle bus.
Right. Why they gotta bring that up?
And it was deep sorrow too. I kept seeing the image, but I couldn't quite get the words out. It was just really
Of your
intense.
stuff or mine?
Yeah, mine. I just saw myself driving and just like felt so sad for myself, that version of me.
Glad we're not there anymore.
Oh, yeah.
We found our band of misfits.
I think that's the point, you know. But I think these experiences are serving as like the larger understanding of like the people that are going to be coming into our awareness.
And that's what comes in all the time, are people like that. That I see.
And to reconnect. Okay, you are safe to continue here.
Can you give us a boost in energy so that we may continue more comfortably?
Yes.
Okay. Can you continue on what needs to be said or what can be said about this topic?
We will say that this is going to take time and is we will say, devotional practice to self in order to overcome and recalibrate these experiences. But what we will say is this. These experiences are highlighting a bigger picture of the energetics behind the things that hold you back and the things that help you move forward. And what is happening over the coming months and years is this shedding of this old story and stepping into a new one that feels energized and joyful and aligned, where you have not felt before. And it is not necessarily sharing your story from a place of guilt and shame, embarrassment, or hurt, one in which you label the players in your story as the villains or in a negative light in any way. We will say that sharing your story and moving forward is important for those to hear it, and it is not to paint ones as villains, but the higher understanding of the experiences that you have gone through in this life. This higher understanding and purpose of these experiences is going to help illustrate the reasons as to why many others have gone through these experiences as well. Help them to give a language to what they are going through as well as you. However, this understanding and recalibration will take time, one in which a shedding and releasing of old stories and a conscious choice, decision to move forward in a new energetic vibration is necessary. And it is one in which you need to show up in every single day. And thus you will understand we will go back to the karmic relationships in which you have with these players in your story, will become more evident with time.
That makes sense. I don't see those people as villains in my story, as there really are none. And it's appreciated, the experiences that have led me to this path. And I think, the same for Kaylah in some ways. Is there anything else that's important about this?
Yes. Talking about this experience of seeing the players in your life as, we will say, in a negative light or as disruptors of your energetic vibration, it was a necessary experience, and moving and transcending that experience into a more acceptance and seeing the divine lesson in it is important. And sharing that is also important, as it helps to paint a picture and narrative to others that the way in which they view the world and the individuals within their life story has an impact on their future and the experiences in which they manifest in total.
And so is there anything you can assist us with today in clearing this, as we're now more aware of its part even today and how much it affects us?
Yes, there is a shedding of energy and a recalibration upgrade that is taking place.
Has that been going on, or is it just starting?
This is just starting, as the tiptoeing into the sorrow aspect was necessary. Taking the dive, so to speak, into what was coming up was an active choice of an upgrade.
And so what do we need to know about this moving forward in the coming days?
There may be some memories and emotions popping to the surface in which don't seem quite aligned with what you may be experiencing in your physical reality, and thus understanding that this is probably just a shedding process is necessary.
And is there anything else we need to know about this topic?
Not at this time.
Is it okay to ask some questions, or did you have more that you wanted to speak on today about these topics and things that we've carved out time for?
That is all that we have for today.
Is it okay to ask questions?
We can try one or two.
Why can't this being that I've been working with, why can't he assist me energetically with clearing or working or anything? What's the difference between that and a guide, or him in particular?
There is an energetic signature that would detract from your own learning that would not be helpful.
In what way? Like, is it because he's what we would consider a more negative being?
No, it is his own energetic field and inability to process harder aspects.
So it is a him thing rather than a me thing?
Yes.
And why can't he process these things?
He is stuck in a loop of, we will say, sorrow and grief in which he cannot move through. And the energetic signature of that would detract from your own and make any lesson that you learn not feasible in nature, would not be one in which would be the most optimal outcome, we will say.
Am I able to assist him through his processing, or to assist him in processing? Or is it not time in this lifetime to do that?
Not at this time, as it is a karmic lesson in which he is learning and going through.
It is difficult to not assist.
This is also something in which he has signed up for on a soul level to understand.
Can you tell me about vampires and their nature on Earth? Are they still here?
There are many different classifications of vampires. Seeing energy vampire. Seeing something like moving energy. I don't know what they're getting at.
But he was at a real, what we would consider one.
Not one in which sucks your blood, if that is what you mean.
Well, how was he classified then? Because he seemed different and lived a lot longer.
His is an energetic difference. Maybe that's the energy that they're pointing to.
How does that make him so different?
He has a way of manipulating energy. I don't quite know how, but I keep seeing like this ball of energy, and he's like moving it between his hands, like he can manipulate different things, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got like supernatural abilities, like being able to move really fast and stuff like that. But it's not like like your typical vampire that like drinks blood. It's like I don't know how you would explain it.
So then why were they depicted that way?
I keep hearing it's not time for that yet.
But I'm so curious.
I know.
Well, did he live hundreds of years? Is that energy manipulation, did that allow them to live longer?
Yes.
And so where do they come from? Because they clearly stayed here on Earth for some time.
I'm seeing like almost like a portal that they can go through. I don't know. I'm seeing like an old-timey castle and then like this portal that they can go back and forth to and from, but I don't know where.
And so do they still reside on Earth?
Some do, yes.
And are they harmful? Or do they work with humanity?
It varies.
Have we come across them in waking life?
anywhere that has the potential of portals, I think, has them there. Anywhere with like high energy frequency. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I almost get the feeling that they are depicted in that way as a way to scare people from them.
But I wonder why.
I don't know.
Because if some are good...
I don't know, I almost get like the drinking blood thing is like propaganda, I don't know. Maybe not.
Can you explain in any way to help make any of that make more sense with them and why they are here or what they do?
No.
Darn it.
I think it's more for you to understand. But I keep getting like a brick wall. Like they're like, sorry. I want to know.
I'm fascinated. I've always been fascinated by all the creatures.
Yeah, I don't get the feeling that they drink blood like we think they do. I just keep
I
getting...
wonder if it's like a depiction because of taking life force, like they can manipulate and remove life force from a human.
I think so. Because it was
your
more
blood is-
like energy manipulation than anything else.
Oh, that's why they call them energetic vampires, but...
But there's different levels of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say there has to be something about them. They wouldn't live that long and be that powerful if there wasn't more to them.
But it's almost as if... I get the feeling almost as if they were teaching people how to do energy stuff, and almost like the drinking blood thing was to keep people away from them, like to make them scared of them, so they wouldn't come in contact.
Well, it clearly didn't work for me. I must be broken.
Oh, I think I'm tapped for today.
You gonna close out that connection and just